Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome to the We All Juggle Knives channel and another multi-tool review. Let's go through the tool set. It has those mini multi-tool pliers with wire cutters. It has a small knife blade with a straight edge and a tip that is forward of the center line of the knife, and its opener is a nail nick. It has a can opener, a bottle opener, a flathead screwdriver, and a flattened Phillips screwdriver. It has scissors that are spring-loaded with a wire, and it has a lanyard hole that folds out, so a loop of metal, and it has what they call the SIM card needle. So that is the whole tool set. This tool set is pretty good for a keychain sized multi-tool. Here is the weight. It is 83.9 grams or 2.96 ounces. Here is a size comparison with the Gerber dime, and on the other side is the Nextool flagship mini. So as you can see, these are all keychain sized multi-tools. Here they are next to the Nextool Sailor Pro, which is a fairly wide, full-sized multi-tool. Okay, we've got some twine there. We're going to demonstrate all the functions on this multi-tool, starting with the scissors. Alright, so as you can see, yes, they can take out the twine. Alright, so hope you're all doing well these days. Next up we got a Ranger band, and we're going to cut it into two smaller Ranger bands with these scissors. Alright, so this is rubber. This is the inside of a bike tire, so rubber tubing. Alright, so it does well on the rubber. Now, can it cut paracord? It can indeed cut paracord, but you kind of have to hold it taut, and then I cut with the ends there. It seems to work the best. So, yes, it can cut paracord. Alright, speaking of paracord, let's use this knife blade a little bit. Now, this was not very sharp out of the box, so definitely be prepared to sharpen it when you get it. I touched it up, but it seems to need more work, so I'm going to sharpen it more later. But yeah, I can still cut paracord nonetheless. Here it is whittling on a piece of wood. Alright, now, first of all, I'm going to speed this up so that, we got a lot of stuff to cover here. Alright, speeding this up, but, this does not have a locking blade. These tools don't lock, so I do have to be careful, especially if pushing on the spine, that it does not close on me. Also, the steel is 420J2, which is not usually considered a cutlery grade steel. So this would be a little bit more useful if it did have a lock. But I understand with these tiny little tools, I mean, can be inefficient to put a tiny little lock on a tiny little tool. So there you go. Alright, so we whittled a point onto that piece of wood. Alright, so that was the blade. Next up, we're going to cut some wire. Now, these are tiny little wire cutters, right? So you ain't going to be cutting some wide wire, but it's good for, just small, easy wire like that. Does well. All right, this has a snap-off blade, one of my utility knives. So other uses of the mini pliers. Well, you can grab and grip onto things, snap off a blade if you have to. You can also hold things, turn things. That's a piece of my cutting stand, which is actually just a Christmas tree stand. But yeah, you can turn nuts and bolts and hold things. They're pliers. Now, this does not have a pair of tweezers, but you can use the mini pliers as tweezers. Behold, because they are very precise. Ouch. Right, so in a pinch, you do have tweezers in a way. Here is the flattened Phillips screwdriver, which just happens to fit one of the screws on the beloved Kershaw Camp 12 machete. Alright, so, how y'all doing these days? I hope you're doing well. I am keeping busy in these tough times. I hope I am providing you with some useful information. Here's the other one on one of my cold steel throwing knives there. Alright, so that's a very short screw, so there you go. And now the other way. So yeah, it would be good if these locked, but again, it's still pretty handy just to have a couple screwdrivers on your keychain. Next up, the most important part of any review. All right, some sort of hard iced tea. Bottle opener coming at you. There you go. This bud's for you. Okay, next up, the can opener. Now, it is a push style can opener, and it's cut differently on one side, so I guess you're supposed to use your right hand. I'm just going to pierce the can once just to show you that it's sharp enough to do its thing. Here's a lanyard hole. It allows you to put this on your keychain, on a key ring, like so. Alright, so this would be pretty handy. And the SIM card needle. So you see that slot there on that little camera. You can use the SIM card needle to interact with electronics, and you can pull a panel off like so. And now you see that slot there. You can push right there, and it's spring-loaded, so it'll pop right out. So the SIM card needle is useful for tinkering with electronic devices. Final thoughts on this multi-tool. I have to say, for the longest time in this mini category, there were only really 3 options. Gerber Dime, Leatherman Squirt, and Victorinox Mini Champ. Maybe like the Leatherman Micra or some relatives of the Squirt. So I'm just glad that any company is even bothering to make items for this category, because it's a very small category and we just need more competition to spur innovation. So I'm going to give them props just for showing up. Now, everything has to be considered for the price that it is. This originally was $30, then the price dropped to $20, and then I saw recently they put a $3 digital coupon, so the prices dropped to $17. That is a good price. That's definitely a reasonable price. So I think they probably did the best job they could do while keeping the price down. Now, is this multi-tool fully optimized? No, it's not. They could add locks to all the folding tools. They could use a higher quality steel. They could do the grind and the edge way better on the knife blade. So they can definitely improve this, but would they be able to do that and keep the price down? I think they did a good job for a $17 multi-tool. I mean, if you look at the Gerber Dime, that's not an optimized multi-tool either. That's not using a super steel either. So this is comparable to the competitors in this category. I feel like it's good for the reasonable price because in the end it does what it's supposed to do. As a keychain multi-tool, it's meant to be convenient. It's meant for light use. It has a good tool set. You could open your mail with a knife blade, the scissors, good for a stray hair or a stray thread. This is also good for electronics. So overall, I'm glad I picked it up. I do recommend it, and if you're a multi-tool buff, yeah, there's no reason not to get this. Most of you already have the Dime and the Squirt. Might as well add this to the collection and the rotation.